welcome to Community Conversations. I'm your host, KK Kaneshiro. Throughout the Fremont Unified School District, students are taking a leading role in working to protect their environment, and not just around their own campuses, but the community as a whole. Student-driven recycling programs are thriving at schools all over Fremont, and the results are very impressive. With us today to talk about the recycling efforts at their school and beyond are 4 Fremont Unified School District students, and of course our favorite co-host, Dr. Jim Morris. But before we get started, could you tell me your name, what school, and what grade you're from? We'll start with you.
Hi, I'm McCool. I'm from grade 5 in Gomes Elementary.
Gomes, okay.
I'm Rohan. I'm in grade 6 at Wybell Elementary.
Wybell.
I'm Shilab. I'm in grade 6 and I'm in Gomes.
Gomes, okay.
I'm Rashika Singh and I'm an 8th grader at Centerville Junior High.
Well, welcome. We're glad to have you guys here. So, how did this all get started? Was this a student-driven program, or did your teacher come up with this program? Did your principal suggest this? How did you guys develop this?
We came up with it by ourselves.
Nice.
So we did robotics and we heard about the water crisis that happened in Flint. So basically what happened was that their water source was changed from the Detroit River to the Flint River.
Right.
And the Flint River was partially contaminated with chemicals, so that when it went through the pipes, the water was contaminated with lead, and a lot of people drank that water and had abnormal levels of lead in their body.
It's horrible.
So we thought of,
Yeah.
and so we did more research about the Flint River, and we found that it was polluted by neighboring factories. And so we thought about how we wouldn't want anything like that to happen to Fremont, and we came up with this.
Perfect. Now, you are all from different schools. Do you guys all meet at one location to do this program, or do you guys text each other? How does this work?
Usually we meet at my house.
Oh, your house? Okay. That's awesome.
And so tell us exactly, what are you doing at your schools?
We're not really doing anything at our schools right now. We're just thinking about how we can motivate students to think more about the environment, and we're working with Miss Anderson right now.
But I'll bet you something is happening at your schools. I mean, do you, because of what you know when you're walking around the school, if you see something that should be in a recycling container, how is it changing your behavior on a daily basis, at home or at school, about just thinking about this idea of what can happen to the environment?
So we go to school, and then we see about how a lot of students don't really think about what they're doing with their objects. So most of them, I've seen a lot of people just throw things in the trash even though they should be going into a recycling bin.
Right.
And we were talking about it, and we thought we wanted to do something about it.
That's good. Now, I understand you guys conducted a survey. What were the results?
Well, the survey was to test the kids' current eco-knowledge.
Nice.
There were several questions in it, and we found some pretty amazing results. 60% of them didn't know where a battery was supposed to be disposed of.
Wow.
And a lot of them didn't know what a household hazardous waste facility was.
Wow. Very nice.
And
Were you guys surprised by all these results?
Yeah.
Yeah?
And after some even more research, we found out that as Americans, we are only 5% of the world's population, yet we produce 30% of the world's trash.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was shocking, right?
Yeah. And we did some more research, and we saw that Americans waste about 31.5 billion gallons of water a year. And I think things like that could have definitely helped, like California with its drought.
Now, are you guys helping your parents when you go shopping, whether it's a grocery store or a clothing store? Like, do I really need this T-shirt? Or, Mom, can we buy the bigger bulk item? So do you tell your parents these things? Yeah.
We try to buy things with less packaging.
Good. Good. Now, in your club meetings, how many people are in your club? Is it just you 4, or do you have other students involved with this?
Just
us four.
us.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have a big task in front of you. What are you afraid of that could happen in Fremont that you want to prevent?
Oh, we just don't want any situations like what happened in Flint to
okay.
happen to
Okay. So how are you going to start this campaign or this program to get other students educated? Do you have any idea how you're going to do that? You know,
Yeah.
club meetings or?
We're trying to introduce eco-friendliness into the curriculum so that we can raise eco-awareness within schools and within the district, so everyone can know about it. And when we teach the children at schools, hopefully they can remember it for like a lifetime, and they can teach their parents and other family members about it too.
That's important. We got to teach these parents, huh? Yeah.
What was the statistic you cited about disposal of batteries?
So basically, in the survey,
Uh-huh.
there were several questions, and then one of the questions was, where should a battery be disposed of? And about 60% of them said either in the trash or recycling.
So that seems like a pretty easy one to solve, right? To say, okay, once you know it, you know the answer. And so do you have ideas about how could you attack a problem like that? Have you thought about what can we do to make sure, I mean, that's kind of embarrassing, that statistic. I find it pretty surprising. I wonder if you asked adults if they'd be any better.
Well, we do have a way to solve it. Like, we've been to the recycling center over here in Fremont and the Hazardous Hazardous Waste facility, and we looked at over there at their website, and apparently they are giving field trips for schools. So schools can come over there and take a look at the recycling center and the household hazardous waste facility, and like see everything that's going on and learn more about it.
And I think stopwaste.org, it's also a really good website. So if like parents or students have any like confusions about where they should dispose certain items, they can just go there, and they have videos that you can look at.
Okay. You have a lot of people watching you. Can you give them examples of what hazardous waste would be?
One example of hazardous waste is light bulbs or
Light
paint.
bulbs.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So light bulbs, batteries,
And there's also
Thermometers.
paint,
paint.
automobile parts, and thermometers.
Also pool cleaners and garden cleaners usually.
Pool cleaners.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mhm.
Okay.
And any electronic devices.
Right. Now, isn't electronic devices considered a different kind of waste product, like e-waste? Is it recycled differently when you went to that field trip? It's all together.
No, it's all together. You just bring it to the household hazardous waste facility. They do have a special they divide their place into different sections for different types of stuff. So most of the e-waste, as you said, is in a different and is taken care of differently.
Okay.
And in the end, if you want to go there, they have actually one place in their in the facility where you can take stuff from there, like any refurbished paint or stuff, which still can be used. You're allowed to take it from there.
Wow. So if I just have a little craft project and I need paint, I can just go there and take that excess paint and then use it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, very nice. Okay. So do you have any ideas on how to handle clothing? Because everyone is bombarded with all these sales. Everyone has like 20 different T-shirts. Do you have plans to encourage your fellow students, how to recycle the clothes, whether they give it away to some kind of charity or swapping each other's clothes? Do you have any ideas about that?
Usually we just give it to the Hope Station.
Nice.
So people who are in need can use it.
Yeah, that's great. So you have a good relationship with the Hope Station?
Yeah, we go there regularly to
Nice.
donate clothes.
Nice. This is exciting.
So do you have any, from your observation, for a normal family when they throw stuff away in the trash, how much of it is really trash? Have you seen those statistics from Stop Waste about how much really shouldn't be in the trash? It should be sent somewhere else.
Oh, we haven't really seen the statistics on Stop Waste, but we just noticed it in our own houses that a lot of things that we wouldn't care where it went, we would just put it in the trash. And then after we heard about Flint and started doing more research, we started being more mindful about these things, and that's what we want other kids and other families to do.
Okay, so besides Stop Waste and the hazardous facilities, is there any other places where parents and adults can go learn about what's trash and what's recyclable?
They could go to the household hazardous waste facility.
Okay,
We learned a lot there.
yeah, that's great. And then of course Stop Waste, right?
To add on to that, they actually have a website, Household Hazardous Waste Facility. I'm pretty sure they have a website which you can go on and check out all sorts of stuff.
Great. This is exciting. This is fun. So, I'm still curious. Because of you're in your own schools, can you start at your own school and start educating your fellow students? Have you started that yet? Whether
Yeah.
it's a newsletter or
Well, we did the survey at all of our schools, and that was our first step in introducing eco-friendliness in the school district.
okay. And now do you have a plan for the second step?
We're actually
We'll be creating like a video in which
Nice.
it will have like lots of information about the 3 R's: reduce, reuse, and recycle.
Nice.
It will also give data about how this is very impactful.
Mm-hmm.
We'll also give examples of how you could reduce. Like the first might be turning off the lights while you're leaving the room.
Mhm.
Lots of kids don't do this, and
Right.
and this saves electricity if you do it. Another could be turning off the water while you're brushing your teeth. It saves a lot of water. And the third could be not printing a piece of paper if you don't have to. This saves a lot of trees from being cut down
Right.
and billions of gallons of water being saved.
Right. That's a good point. And if you do, you can use the other side of the paper too.
Yeah.
Use it twice, right?
Great examples of reduce, right? Those
Yeah.
were all great examples of reduce. Second R is,
Reuse.
and then can you give us examples of what that looks like?
like for reusing. If you ever have like an old T-shirt, instead of just throwing it out because you don't like it, you could maybe wear it on days where you're gonna get more like messy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And then the one you mentioned earlier was if you have clothes you're no longer using, you can take them to a donation place.
And also, like, I'm in karate,
Uh-huh.
and mine and my sister's gis are getting really small.
Uh-huh.
So my parents bought one for my sister. They gave me my sister's old one, which fits well on me.
Yeah.
Oh, very nice.
A great example of reuse.
Hand-me-downs. Those are good. Those are very good.
And then the third R was,
Recycle.
and what does that look like? Can you tell us some examples of it?
Putting a piece of paper in the recycling instead of trash.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. Now, are your parents surprised with what you're telling them? Are they learning a lot?
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
Sure, they love that. Okay, you guys have a great big job ahead of you. I wish you all the success. I'm so excited that you guys are doing this. And also,
that's really how real change
Yes.
happens in the world, right?
grassroots.
Someone sees a problem and becomes so passionate about it. And they say, this is something I want to make a difference and want to do something to change the world. That's how real change happens. One person gets that idea in their head and becomes passionate about it. And that's the first step that you've taken, is changing the world. First step, important.
Right, and you guys are lucky. There's 4 of you. Right? Now, correct me if I'm wrong. In the current schools programs, there are some recycling bins there at the school campuses, right?
Yeah.
Is there anything that these guys can also partner with as far as the school district's concerned, to get this program going?
Well, tell us what you see at your school. What opportunities do you see at Gomes or
Wybell?
Centerville or Wybell? Yeah.
Well, at Gomes, most people, since there's no one, actually telling people where to keep stuff in those bins, because there are lunch bins at lunchtime
Yeah.
where you keep the stuff, well, no one actually does it. They just take their whole plate when they get school lunch or something, and they just dump it into the trash, and then they take the plate and put it into the actual bin for the plate. But they don't actually dispose all the other stuff correctly.
Is that what you do?
No,
What do you do that's different?
I don't buy school lunch.
That's great. Good for you.
But with your lunch from home, after you finish, you just dump it in the trash?
No, I keep it with me, and then I dispose it at home.
And how do you dispose of it at home?
Usually, I don't get any other stuff that I have to dispose of,
Oh,
other
very
than
good.
some trash. So I just take my old my fork or something, my plastic fork, and I just put it into the trash.
Okay. Yeah, and many students find if they bring their lunch from home, they can use reusable containers to
Yes.
take their food in, or, there's nothing wrong with taking a spoon or a fork from home, taking it home and washing it at the end of the day. We get so used to just having plastic, throw it away. Plastic, throw it away. You're right, and that's a big problem.
And also with paper napkins. You can bring cloth napkins. Have our own little picnic. That'd be great.
Or just use your sleeve.
Yeah.
No.
Mom would love that. But you guys, again, I wish you the best of success. I know you're going to do well. And keep your partnerships going with the Hazardous Waste Facility and also the StopWaste.org. I think those are two great organizations that would love your help. Right. Thank you so much. And from everyone here at Community Conversations, we appreciate you watching, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.